G'day ladies and gents, and welcome back to Star Wars Squadrons. A few things have changed since the last time I got one of these videos up, so we'll discuss them once we get through the intro.
Outer Rim, Remetic System, Grid 042.
Scramble fire crews. Get a distress call to the nearest Imperial station.
Aha! There's an old munitions depot in this system, Captain. Run by a Colonel Grom. Must be our lucky day.
Make the call. This isn't over, Vanguard.
So, you jump to my territory, uninvited, then demand my supplies?
Colonel Graal, the Starhawk project is within our grasp. All I need is repairs and proper munitions.
No. The Emperor assigned me to this depot. I decide how its resources are used. As of this moment, that includes your Star Destroyer. Consider yourself reassigned.
The Overseer was sent on this mission by Admiral Sloane herself.
Admiral Sloane isn't here, Captain. I have rebel guerrillas to deal with. And now, so do you. Grom out.
He wants us to fight rebels. All right. We'll protect his depot, and if his munitions get lost in the crossfire, well, lucky for us.
Ma'am, regulations specifically forbid this.
I will not be beaten by Vanguard, grandstanding imbeciles, or anyone else.
Please, your judgment.
It's just fine. Call in Titan Squadron. Now! Local rebel forces are preparing to attack Colonel Graum's munitions depot. You'll patrol the area in preparation for the attack, and keep the depot safe. Graum is a fool, but his assets belong to the Empire, therefore they belong to us. During your patrol, Titan III will secretly search the station, its freighters, and cargo shuttles for beradium. This explosive material will be a valuable tool against the Starhawk. Tag the beradium, and LT-514 will retrieve it remotely. While Graum is kept busy by the rebel attack, escort the beradium to the Overseer for safekeeping. According to the Colonel, these 3 towers hold large munition stockpiles and will be the rebels' priority targets. It's a powder keg. If we lose the towers, we lose the depot, and the Overseer will be defenseless. Remember, as long as repairs are still underway, we can't afford to engage the Republic. Secure the beradium, halt the rebel assault, and then we can leave the Remetic system. You're on your own, Titan Squadron. Let's do this right.
Alright ladies and gents, and welcome back to Star Wars Squadrons. So, I'm going to have to talk over a little bit of the voiceover here as I'm explaining what's going on. A few things have actually changed since the last one of the Star Wars Squadrons videos that I uploaded. The main thing that's changed here is Squadrons 2.0 patch has released. Now, a multitude of changes come through with that patch, but one of the major ones was the ability to turn off the in-game tutorial pop-ups completely. An option that should have been there from the beginning, but it's finally been added now. And this makes a massive difference, because this particular mission was the mission that almost had me rage quit this entire game. The tutorial pop-up in this particular one, at least as it's related to HoTaS pilots, as I am, was actually so bad that it blue-screened the game twice. I'm not going to go into the details of it now because it has been corrected. You can now just turn them off. What I've actually decided to do is replay the entire game starting from this mission, which is where I was up to in the sequence, through the rest without having to worry about the tutorial pop-ups anymore. And it does make a difference. The game itself, look, the storyline, I'm going to be honest, the storyline up to completion is still kind of crap. It's not a particularly great storyline, the voice acting is terrible, and the single-player campaign does feel unfinished. But just removing those tutorial pop-ups that are constantly breaking the gameplay made a massive difference to how this game feels to play. It is actually a hell of a lot more fun now, and I'm enjoying it a lot more, replaying through these missions without that constant game-breaking tutorial interrupting everything at the worst possible times all the time. So anyways, ladies and gents, we're going to move on to the live comms, and I hope you enjoy. No VR yet, but I am hoping to have that soon enough.
TridentZ do the same.
Alright. And we'll scan.
Any luck?
Let me get there first.
That freighter doesn't have beradium, but I'm detecting concussion missiles, heavy ion cannons, and plasma bombs as well.
Think of what we could have accomplished at Endor with these supplies.
So that makes no sense to me. Endor was a pre-planned ambush. They should have had those supplies off the bat.
During the G.skill incursion, our forces used beradium, moved it with Zeta-class cargo shuttles. If Grom has beradium, he might be doing the same. We used beradium strikes to drive the rebels out of hiding at G.skill. It didn't flush the rebels out, it incinerated them.
Okay. I do like the flying through the internals. And here's our shuttles. And there's our beradium.
Beradium? I'm tracing its signature across the depot now.
Titan Squadron, regroup.
Okay, so now we form back up, and the rebels should arrive in just a moment. We can finally get our fight on. This is actually the point where the bug prior to 2.0 kind of broke the game a bit here for HoTaS users. It really did not like. It wanted a preset of controls bound, but it really didn't like having them bound to a HoTaS, and it essentially wanted you to completely unbind the HoTaS in order to get past it.
We have rebel forces emerging from hyperspace.
Right on time.
Ow, 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 ow.
The control towers. Kill those bombers, Titan.
He was closer than I was expecting.
You're under pursuit.
Remember, if they destroy the towers, we lose the depot.
Then the Overseer will be overrun.
Well, my aim's a little off here.
They're going for Tower 1.
Cracking the glass is in an unfortunate position.
Target's down.
Turret's gone. Keep fighting.
Nice save.
I'm not 100% either, but I think the recent patch they may have played
Tower 3.
with some of the AI.
was here. In formation and ready.
Speaking of formations, they still do the formation attack thing that I've shown in previous videos, but it's not so often now. They seem to scatter more. They still sort of stay grouped, but you can sort of see there, they're a little bit more spread out. They look like they're actually doing things, rather than flying around as, you know, yeah, that cracks in a really unfortunate spot.
Fighter on my tail.
That'll do it.
Come on. There we go.
Look, more enemy fighters.
Somehow we came out of that in full health. Yeah, I was lining up on the crack then rather than the crosshair.
Scratch 1. Tower 1 has been targeted.
More of them coming in. One's on my ass.
Find your back.
You're welcome.
I owe you my life.
I'm with you.
Titan, defend Tower 3 with your lives.
I'm working on it. Jesus.
I'd say you owe me one.
Y-wing over here. Just trying to get rid of all these Y-wings before they blow the towers.
Enemies are moving on Tower 3.
Show no mercy.
No more bombers detected.
Good.
That was close. Rebel fighters coming out of hyperspace.
Alright, this will be the A-wings now? Or there's more X-wings, I'm not entirely sure. More X-wings, okay.
Is that a Corvette?
Ah, yes.
Focus fire on the rebel Corvette.
And kill its bomber escort.
Rebels heading for Tower 2.
Good shot. Watch out, enemies pursuing.
Yeah, I noticed.
Titan 3, fire on the Corvette.
I can't fire on the Corvette and kill the bombers at Tower 3 at the same time. I'm good, but I'm not that good.
Tower 3 has been targeted.
Tower lost. Do not lose this depot.
How about you shoot the guys that are on my 6, so I can target their Y-wings faster and kill them, so we can both get over and kill the Corvette. How does that sound? You know, you do the wingman thing. You know, shoot the things that are shooting me.
Superb.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Targeting Tower 1.
the player AI,
We need to shut down that rebel
or
Corvette.
the allied AI, doesn't seem to have gotten any better. It still just waffles on and does its own thing whenever it wants, and whinges a lot in chat.
Tower destroyed. Titan, do not lose another.
Yes, that's 2 towers down.
You're being hunted.
More like that.
Here I am. Take down the Corvette. Reload.
As you can see, I've got this turned back up to veteran again as well.
Reload.
Ah, god damn it. There we go.
One less rebel.
Stand by. Reloading.
Small power
I'm
issue
on
there.
your wing.
Titan, defend Tower 3 with your lives. I have your back. Thank you.
I'm here. Let's go. We need to shut down that rebel Corvette.
Yeah, I'm working on it. There. Now stop bitching about the Corvette, please.
We're with you.
Busting out the ion torpedoes.
Rebels, down.
Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, you can see the basic structure for this mission is really just waves. It's just wave combat. Keep killing the waves until the waves stop coming.
Tower 3 has been targeted. Is that all the bombers? Now what?
Is that one cleared?
Rebels are on the run.
They'll be back. With friends.
Let them. We'll send them fleeing again.
Alright.
Titan Squadron, LT-514 will remote pilot the cargo ships to the Overseer.
Alright, now we be Imperial pirates. You're gonna steal all the cargo from the base that we need. So we should be getting a new wave coming in soon enough, and I think this is the wave that's actually going to be bringing in the A-wings. So, makes things a little bit more hectic, because they're going to go for these transports. And these transports are filled up with a extremely sensitive explosive and large amounts of it. So you kind of don't want them getting too
Titan,
shot.
it's time. Escort the cargo shuttles to the Overseer.
Although,
Joining your position.
we've cleared out all the rebels at this point. This doesn't actually make a lot of sense.
While he's under siege.
Yeah, that's the part that doesn't make sense. We've cleared out
on the Baradium. We'll take care of
the A-wings. We've cleared out all of the rebels, or we had. Now we're starting to steal the stuff. You think somebody would notice that suddenly there were shuttles taking off and heading to the Star Destroyer that weren't authorized to take off? You can understand them maybe missing it during an engagement, but when the engagement's already ended.
Cargo shuttles are en route but vulnerable. Move to
Got
assist.
underneath the base. I will say, the one thing that Squadrons here definitely got better than the old Star Wars games is the sense of movement. And this wasn't a design flaw of the old games, I should probably add. Yeah, I'm working on it, love. It's more of a limitation of technology at the time. The bases and the environments are much larger here. They're larger physical 3D objects inside of the world. And fly around. So when you're engaging, if you go back and look at the older TIE Fighter games, they were awesome games. But it often appears, if you're just watching, that you're just turning in space. There was an effect at the time, you're sort of getting here with your streaks. It was space debris that would fly past the cockpit, and it was to try and give you some sense of movement. Because you didn't have one. The other side of the base. You didn't have one under normal circumstances because there was nothing to compare against. And this is pretty common for space games. Most space games have it because this is an issue where movement doesn't feel like movement. But because the environmental objects and space stations and ships are so large in this, it gives you a much better sense of how the ship you're flying is actually maneuvering. Ow.
I can get repaired.
Lucky I was here.
Get away.
Good. Clear the way.
Trying.
Titan 3, defend the Baradium shuttle. A-wings, you can keep up with them, Titan 3. The Baradium is ours. Ground, I'm the wiser.
Hooked in there. But yeah, you get a much better sense of exactly how you're maneuvering in space in comparison to everything else that's around you.
Enemies incoming.
And he jumped out. Alright, so that means boss battle time.
Sent in a frigate. Destroy it immediately.
One Nebulon B frigate.
Shen, take point with ion bombs. We'll follow your lead.
This thing's a pain in the ass.
I'll bring down their shields.
Titan 3, you'll focus on the turrets after the frigate's shields go down. They're done for. Frigate shields are down.
Oops.
Then we take out its turrets first. Focus fire on its turbo lasers.
We take down its escorts first, so they don't chew our arse open. Then we take down the turrets. How's about that?
Great work.
I mean, frankly, Nebula on B.
They're locking on.
We need more fire on this frigate. Consider it done. You're welcome.
This attack, I know it looks, it's for the cinematic, but it doesn't make a lot of sense. A Nebula on B has nowhere near enough firepower to be able to take down a station of this size on its own. And this station should still have at least some defences. And it's inside of the station's, well, sort of inside of the core, flying into the core that close. So it's definitely within weapons range. This should be a suicide attack by that Nebula on B.
Taking damage.
Titan 3, fire on the frigate.
With repair. And there it goes.
Target down. Frigate destroyed. Good work, Titan. You've secured the Meridium and saved this depot from the rebels. Mission accomplished.
Both Grom's mission and ours, Captain. Titan, dock aboard the depot for immediate debriefing.
Titan Squadron, return to the Overseer at once. We're leaving the Remetic system.
Captain, I reassigned you.
My orders come from above you, Colonel Ground. I have everything I came for. Cut communications with this imbecile.
You'll regret this, Captain. I promise you that.
Yeah, she might have been whiny there before, but I agree with her. He just comes across as a wanker. Alright, ladies and gents, I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you very much for watching. Star Wars Squadron will be returning to the channel again very, very soon, and, you know, obviously without the menus this time, or the tutorial pop-ups, so the missions should be a hell of a lot more fun. Anyways, guys, until next time, take care.